found like the insurance. Something simple, so complicated. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya, Gaura Bhaktavinda, Jaya Chandra Jaya, Gaura Bhaktavinda, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya, Gaura Bhaktavinda, Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya, Gaura Bhaktavinda. So tonight we're continuing with Madhya Lila, chapter 18, text 114, the Lord's visit to Sri Vrindavan. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Controller, is always full of transcendental bliss and is accompanied by the potencies known as Ladini and Samvit. The conditioned soul, however, is always covered by ignorance and embarrassed by the threefold miseries of life. Thus, he is a treasure house of all kinds of tribulations. Purport. This quotation of Vishnu Swami is cited in Sridhar Swami's Bhavarta Deepika, commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto. A foolish person who says that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the same as the living entity is an atheist, and he becomes subject to punishment by the superintendent of death, Yamaraj. Purport. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur says that the word Pashandi refers to one who considers the living entity under the control of the illusory energy to be equal with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is transcendental to all material qualities. Another kind of Pashandi is one who does not believe in the spirit soul, the superior potency of the Lord, and therefore does not distinguish between spirit and matter. While describing one of the offences against the chanting of holy names, specifically the offence called Shruti Shastra Nindana, blaspheming the Vedic literature, Jiva Goswami states in his Bhakti Sandarbha, Yata Pashandi Margena, worshippers of impersonalists like Dattatreya are also Pashandis. Concerning the offence of Aham Mama Buddhi or Dehatma Buddhi, considering the body to be the self, Jiva Goswami states, those who are overly absorbed in the conception of the body and the bodily necessities are also called Pashandis. Elsewhere, in the Bhakti Sandarbha, it is stated, a Pashandi is one who considers the demigods and the Supreme Personality of Godhead to be one. Therefore, a Pashandi worships any kind of demigod as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One who disobeys the orders of the spiritual master is also considered a Pashandi. The word Pashandi has been described in many places in Srimad Bhagavatam, including the 4th canto and the 12th canto. On the whole, a Pashandi is a non-devotee who does not accept the Vedic conclusions. In the Hari Bhakti Vilas, there is a verse quoted from the Padma Purana describing the Pashandi. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quotes this verse as the following text. A person who considers demigods like Lord Brahma and Shiva to be on an equal level with Narayan is to be considered an offender or Pashandi. After Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained the difference between an ordinary living being and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the people said, no one considers you an ordinary human being. You are like Krishna in every respect, in both bodily features and characteristics. By your bodily features, we can see that you are none other than the son of Nanda Maharaj, although the golden luster of your body has covered your original complexion. As the aroma of deer musk cannot be concealed by wrapping it in a cloth, Your characteristics as the Supreme Personality of Godhead cannot be concealed by any means. Indeed, your characteristics are uncommon and beyond the imagination of an ordinary living being. Simply by seeing you, the entire universe becomes mad with ecstatic love for Krishna. If they see you just once, even women, children, old men, meat eaters, and members of the lowest caste immediately chant the holy name of Krishna, dance like madmen, and become spiritual masters capable of delivering the whole world. Apart from seeing you, whoever listens to your holy name is made mad with ecstatic love for Krishna and is able to deliver the three worlds. Simply by hearing your holy name, dog eaters become holy saints. Your uncommon potencies cannot be described in words. To say nothing of the spiritual advancement of persons who see the Supreme Person face to face, even a person born in a family of dog eaters becomes immediately eligible to perform Vedic sacrifices if he once utters the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or chants about him, hears about his pastimes, offers him obeisances, or even remembers him. For an explanation of this verse, Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, see Madhya Lila, chapter 16, text 186. These glories of yours are only marginal. Originally, you were the son of Nanda Maharaj. Purport. The original characteristics of a substance are called Swarup, and the subsequent corollaries are called Tatashta Lakshana, or marginal characteristics. The glories of the Lord's marginal characteristics prove him to be the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, the son of Maharaj Nanda. As soon as one understands this, one accepts Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then bestowed his causeless mercy upon all the people there, and everyone became ecstatic with love of God. Finally, they all returned to their homes. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu remained for some days in Akrura Tirtha. He delivered everyone there simply by distributing the holy name of Krishna and ecstatic love for the Lord. The Brahman disciple of Madhavendra Puri went from house to house in Mathura and inspired other Brahmins to invite Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to their homes. Thus, all the respectable people of Mathura, headed by Brahmins, came to Balabhadra Bhattacharya and extended invitations to the Lord. In one day, 10 to 20 invitations were received, but Balabhadra Bhattacharya would accept only one of them. Since not everyone got an opportunity to offer invitations to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally, those who did not request the Sanodiya Brahmin to ask the Lord to accept their invitation. The Brahmins from different places, such as Kanya Kubja and South India, who were all strict followers of the Vedic religion, offered invitations to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with great humility. In the morning, they would come to Akrura Tirtha and cook food. After offering it to the Shalagram Shila, they offered it to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Purport. There are Brahmins known as Pancha Goda Brahmins, who come from 5 places in northern India, and there are Brahmins known as Pancha Dakshinatya Brahmins, who come from 5 places in southern India. In northern India, the places are Kanya Kupcha, Sarasvata, Goda, Mathila, and Utkala. In southern India, the places are Andhra, Karnataka, Gujarat, Dravida, and Maharashtra. The Brahmins from these places are considered to be very strict followers of the Vedic principles, and they are accepted as pure Brahmins. They strictly observe Vedic principles and are not polluted by tantric misdeeds. All of these Brahmins respectfully invited Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for lunch. One day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat at the bathing ghat of Akrura Tirtha and thought the following thought. Purport. Akrura Tirtha is located on the road between Vrindavan and Mathura. When Krishna and Balaram were being taken to Mathura by Akrura, the Lord rested at this place and took his bath in the Yamuna. When Krishna and Balaram took their baths, Akrura saw the entire world of Vaikuntha within the water. The inhabitants of Vrindavan also saw the Vaikuntha planet within the water. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought, at this bathing place, Akrura saw Vaikuntha, the spiritual world, and all the inhabitants of Braj saw Goloka Vrindavan. While considering how Akrura remained within the water, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately jumped in and stayed underwater for some time. When Krishnadas saw that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was drowning, he cried and shouted very loudly. Balabhadra Bhattacharya immediately came and pulled the Lord out. After this, Balabhadra Bhattacharya took the Sanodiya Brahman to a secluded place and consulted with him. Balabhadra Bhattacharya said, since I was present today, it was possible for me to pull the Lord up. But if he starts to drown at Vrindavan, who will help him? Now there is a crowd of people here, and these invitations are causing much disturbance. In addition, the Lord is always ecstatic and emotional. I do not find the situation here very good. It would be good if we could get Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu out of Vrindavan. That is my final conclusion. The Sanodiya Brahman said, let us take him to Prayag and go along the banks of the Ganges. It will be very pleasurable to go that way. After going to the holy place named Sorokshetra and bathing in the Ganges, let us take Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that way and go. It is now the beginning of the month of Magh. If we go to Prayag at this time, we shall have an opportunity to bathe for a few days during Makara Sankranti. Purport. Bathing during the month of Magh at the Magha Mela still takes place. This is a very old Mela or assembly, dating from time immemorial. It is said that ever since the Lord in the form of Mohini took a bucket of nectar and kept it at Prayag, holy men have gathered there every year and observed the Magha Mela. Every 12th year there is a Kumbh Mela, a great festival, and all the holy men from all over India assemble there. The Brahmin wanted to take advantage of the Magh Mela and bathe there. Bathing at the confluence of the Ganges and Yamuna near the fort at Allahabad or Prayag is mentioned in the revealed scriptures. Quote, if one goes to Prayag and bathes at the confluence of the Ganges and Yamuna in the month of Magh, he attains the result of giving hundreds and thousands of cows in charity. Simply by bathing for 3 days there, he attains the results of such pious activity. Because of this, the Sanodiya Brahman was very eager to go to Prayag and bathe. Generally, karmis or fruitive laborers take advantage of bathing there during the month of Magh, thinking that they'll be rewarded in the future. Those who are situated in devotional service do not very strictly follow this karma kandya process. The Sanodiya Brahman continued, kindly submit to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu the unhappiness you are feeling within yourself. Then propose that we all go to Prayag on the full moon day of the month of Magh. Tell the Lord of the happiness you will be feeling in traveling by the banks of the Ganges. Balabhadra Bhattacharya therefore submitted this prayer to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Balabhadra Bhattacharya told the Lord, I can no longer tolerate the disturbance of the crowd. People are coming one after another to offer invitations. Early in the morning, people come here, and not seeing you present, they simply tax my brain. I will be very happy if we all leave and take the path by the banks of the Ganges. Then we can have the opportunity of bathing in the Ganges at Prayag during Makara Sankranti. Purport. There are two great occasions for bathing in the Ganges during Magha Mela. One is on the day of the dark moon, and the other is on the day of the full moon during the month of Magh. My mind has become very much agitated, and I cannot bear this anxiety. Now everything rests on the permission of your Lordship. I will accept whatever you want to do. Although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had no desire to leave Vrindavan, he began to speak sweet words just to fulfill the desire of his devotee. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "You have brought me here to show me Vrindavan. I am very much indebted to you, and I shall not be able to repay this debt. Whatever you desire, I must do. Wherever you take me, I shall go." The next morning, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got up early. After taking his bath, he became ecstatic with love, knowing that he now had to leave Vrindavan. Although the Lord did not exhibit any external symptoms, his mind was filled with ecstatic love. At that time, Balabhadra Bhattacharya said, "Let us go to Mahavan, Gokul." Saying this, Balabhadra Bhattacharya made Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sit aboard a boat. After they crossed the river, he took the Lord with him. Both Rajaputa Krishnadas and the son of Diya Brahman knew the path along the Ganges bank very well. While walking, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, understanding that the others were fatigued, took them all beneath a tree and sat down. There were many cows grazing near that tree, and the Lord was very pleased to see them. Suddenly, a cowherd boy blew on his flute, and immediately the Lord was struck with ecstatic love. Filled with ecstatic love, the Lord fell to the ground unconscious. He foamed about the mouth, and his breathing stopped. While the Lord was unconscious, 10 cavalry soldiers belonging to the Muslim Patana military order rode up and dismounted. Seeing the Lord unconscious, the soldiers thought this sannyasi must have possessed a large quantity of gold. These 4 rogues here, must have taken away that sannyasi's riches after killing him by making him take the poison Dutura. Thinking this, the Patana soldiers arrested the 4 persons and decided to kill them. Because of this, the 2 Bengalis began to tremble. The 4 persons were Balabhadra Bhattacharya, his assistant Brahman, Rajaputa Krishnadas, and the son of the Brahman devotee of Madhavendra Puri. The devotee Krishnadas, who belonged to the Rajput race, was very fearless. The son of the Brahman was also fearless, and he spoke very bravely. The Brahman said, "You Patan soldiers are all under the protection of your king. Let us go to your commander and get his decision. This sannyasi is my spiritual master, and I am from Mathura. I am a Brahmin, and I know many people who are in the service of the Muslim king. This sannyasi sometimes falls unconscious due to the influence of a disease. Please sit down here, and you will see that he will very soon regain consciousness and his normal condition. Sit down here for a while and keep us all under your arrest. When the sannyasi regains his senses, you can question him. Then, if you like, you can kill us all." The Patana soldiers said, "You are all rogues. One of you belongs to the western lands, one of you belongs to Mathura, and the other 2, who are trembling, belong to Bengal." Rajaputa Krishnadas said, "I have my home here, and I also have about 200 Turkish soldiers and about 100 cannons. If I call loudly, they will come immediately to kill you and plunder your horses and saddles. The Bengali pilgrims are not rogues. You are rogues, for you want to kill the pilgrims and plunder them." Upon hearing this challenge, The Patana soldiers became hesitant. Then suddenly, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu regained consciousness. Coming to his senses, the Lord very loudly began chanting the holy name, Hari, Hari. The Lord raised his arms upward and began to dance in ecstatic love. When the Lord shouted very loudly in ecstatic love, it appeared to the Muslim soldiers that their hearts were struck by thunderbolts. Seized by fear, all the Patana soldiers immediately released the 4 persons. Thus, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not see his personal associates arrested. At that time, Balabhadra Bhattacharya went to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and made him sit down. Seeing the Muslim soldiers, the Lord regained his normal senses. All the Muslim soldiers then came before the Lord, worshipped his lotus feet, and said, "Here are 4 robes. These robes have made you take Dutura. Having made you mad, they have taken all your possessions." Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "These are not robes, they are my associates. Being a sannyasi beggar, I do not possess anything. Due to epilepsy, I sometimes fall unconscious. Out of their mercy, these 4 men maintain me." Among the Muslims was a great person who was wearing a black dress. People called him a saintly person. The heart of that saintly person softened upon seeing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He wanted to talk to him and establish impersonal Brahman on the basis of his own scripture, the Quran. When that person tried to establish the impersonal Brahman conception of the absolute truth on the basis of the Quran, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu refuted his argument. Whatever arguments he put forward, the Lord refuted them all. Finally, the person became stunned and could not speak. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "The Quran certainly establishes impersonalism, but at the end, it refutes that impersonalism and establishes the personal God. The Quran accepts the fact that ultimately there is only one God. He is full of opulence and his bodily complexion is blackish, purple. The revealed scripture of the Muslims is the Quran. There is one Muslim sampradaya known as the Sufis. The Sufis accept impersonalism, believing in the oneness of the living entity with the absolute truth. Their supreme slogan is Anala Haq. The Sufi sampradaya was certainly derived from Shankaracharya's impersonalists. According to the Quran, the Lord has a supreme, blissful, transcendental body. He is the absolute truth, the all-pervading, omniscient, and eternal being. He is the origin of everything. Creation, maintenance, and dissolution come from him. He is the original shelter of all gross and subtle cosmic manifestations. The Lord is the supreme truth, worshipable by everyone. He is the cause of all causes. By engaging in his devotional service, the living entity is relieved from material existence. No conditioned soul can get out of material bondage without serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Love at his lotus feet is the ultimate goal of life. Purport. According to the Muslim scripture, without ibadat, offering prayers at the mosque or elsewhere 5 times daily, namaz, one cannot be successful in life. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pointed out that in the revealed scripture of the Muslims, love of Godhead is the ultimate goal. Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga are certainly described in the Quran, but ultimately the Quran states that the ultimate goal is the offering of prayers to the Supreme Person, Evadat. The happiness of liberation, whereby one merges into the Lord's existence, cannot even be compared to a fragment of the transcendental bliss obtained by service unto the Lord's lotus feet. In the Quran, there are descriptions of fruits of activity, speculative knowledge, mystic power, and union with the Supreme. But ultimately, all this is refuted and the Lord's personal feature established along with his devotional service. The scholars of the Quran are not very advanced in knowledge. Although there are many methods prescribed, they do not know that the ultimate conclusion should be considered the most powerful. Seeing your own Quran and deliberating over what is written there, what is your conclusion? The saintly Muslim replied, all of you have said is true. This has certainly been written in the Quran, but our scholars can neither understand nor accept it. Usually, they describe the Lord's impersonal aspect, but they hardly know that the Lord's personal feature is worshipable. They are undoubtedly lacking this knowledge. Purport. The saintly Muslim admitted that those who are supposedly conversant in the teachings of the Quran could not ultimately understand the essence of the Quran. Because of this, they accepted only the Lord's impersonal feature. Generally, they recite and explain this portion only. Although the transcendental body of the Lord is worshipable, most of them are unaware of this. Since you are that very same Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, please be merciful upon me. I am fallen and unfit. I have studied the Muslim scripture very extensively, but from it I cannot conclusively decide what the ultimate goal of life is or how I can approach it. Now that I have seen you, my tongue is chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. The false prestige I felt from being a learned scholar is now gone. Saying this, the saintly Muslim fell at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and requested him to speak of life's ultimate goal and the process by which it could be obtained. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, please get up. You have chanted the holy name of Krishna. Therefore, the sinful reactions you have accrued for many millions of lives are now gone. You are now pure. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then told all the Muslims there, chant the holy name of Krishna, chant the holy name of Krishna. As they all began to chant, they were overwhelmed by ecstatic love. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu directly initiated the saintly Muslim by advising him to chant the holy name of Krishna. The Muslim's name was changed to Ramadas. Another Pathan Muslim present there was named Bijuli Khan. Purport. After being initiated, the devotees in the Krishna consciousness movement changed their names. Whenever a person in the Western world becomes interested in this Krishna consciousness movement, he is initiated by this process. In India, we are falsely accused of converting Malechas and Yavanas to the Hindu religion. In India, there are many Mayavadi sannyasis known as Jagat Guru. Although they have hardly visited the whole world, some are not even sufficiently educated, yet they make accusations against our movement and accuse us of destroying the principles of the Hindu religion by accepting Muslims and Yavanas as Vaishnavas. Such people are simply envious. We are not spoiling the Hindu system of religion. We are simply following in the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by traveling all over the world and accepting those who are interested in understanding Krishna as Krishnadas or Ramadas. By the process of a bona fide initiation, their names are changed. Bijuli Khan was very young, and he was the son of the king. All the other Muslims, or Pathanas, headed by Ramadas, were his servants. Bijuli Khan also fell down at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the Lord placed his foot on his head. After bestowing his mercy upon them in this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left. All those Pathana Muslims then became mendicants. Later, these very Pathanas became celebrated as the Pathana Vaishnavas. They toured all over the country and chanted the glorious activities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Juli Khan became a greatly advanced devotee, and his importance was celebrated at every holy place of pilgrimage. In this way, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed his pastimes coming to the western part of India. He bestowed good fortune upon the Yavanas and Malechas. Purport. The word Yavana means meat eater. Anyone from a meat-eating community is called a Yavana. One who does not strictly observe the Vedic regulative principles is called a Malecha. These words do not refer to any particular man. Even if a person is born in a Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, or Shudra family, he is a Malecha or Yavana if he does not strictly follow the regular principles or if he eats meat. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu next went to a holy place of pilgrimage called Sorokshetra. He took his bath in the Ganges there and started for Prayag on the path along the banks of the Ganges. At Sorokshetra, the Lord requested the Sanodiya Brahman and Rajputa Krishnadas to return home. But with folded hands, they began to speak as follows. They prayed, "Let us go to Prayag with you. If we do not go, when shall we again get the association of your lotus feet? This country is mainly occupied by Muslims. At any place, someone can create a disturbance. And although your companion Balabhadra Bhattacharya is a learned scholar, he does not know how to speak the local language." Hearing this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted their proposal by smiling mildly. Thus, those two persons continued to accompany him. Whoever got to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would feel himself overwhelmed with ecstatic love and would begin to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So we finish there.
Yeah.
Continue tomorrow at text 220. Wow, it's beautiful, isn't it? Lord Chaitanya converted Muslims and he established the fact that the Quran does not have the proper conclusion. I have many Muslim friends who are devotees. Many. Muslims, full. I was in Soho Street, there was so many in Soho Street. One of them is now preaching in Turkey. He opened many temples in Turkey in secret.